Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here today, and welcome to the webinar, A World of Opportunity, the UAE-Germany Connection with IFZA and the Lufthansa Group. My name is Daniel Ford. I'm the Head of Communications at IFZA, and I'll be your moderator for today's event. It's a pleasure to welcome you all. We have some 60 participants on the webinar from all around the world, so we are delighted to have you with us. This event is held in cooperation with the German Emirati Joint Council for Industry and Commerce, as well as the Lufthansa Group. We'll be discussing a number of topics today, including the German Emirati business relations, IFZA's activity in Germany, Lufthansa Group's activities in the UAE, the Lufthansa Group's platform for SMEs, and the relationship between IFZA and the Lufthansa Group. I am joined today by Louis Monreal, who is the Director of Sales for the Gulf for the Lufthansa Group, and Diego Michel, who is the Director of International Business Relations at IFZA. Gentlemen, welcome, Brian. Thank you very much. Just a couple of bits of housekeeping today. The webinar will be recorded, and the link along with the presentation slides will be sent to you. Also, there'll be a panel Q&A session at the end. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them into the chat box and send them to us. Thank you very much. With no further ado, I would like to hand over to Diego to kickstart proceedings.
Thank you very much, Daniel, and also a warm welcome from my end. It's a pleasure to be here today. It's a pleasure to be part of this webinar, and I'm looking forward to discuss a wide range of different topics together with you. I would like to start with explaining a little more about the UAE economical perspective that we are facing right now, the current situation that the country is in, as well as the relationship that we see with Germany. And then ultimately, of course, how does IFZA fit into this narrative and these perspectives, and what we do to support our clients coming from the German-speaking markets as well as the European markets. To begin with, I would like to quickly introduce myself as well. My name is, as Daniel said, Diego Michel. I'm here in the UAE for almost 2 years now, and I have the pleasure to run the international business development team. We take care of our licensees, our customers, mostly from European markets with a strong focus on Germany and German-speaking markets. Now, let's have a little bit of an umbrella perspective on the actual situation that we are facing right now in the world. Those are obviously very interesting times, what we're seeing right now. And what you can see is there is a projected growth perspective on a lot of those different regions. And the interesting part is that really where the growth is happening right now is, and I think this comes as no surprise, obviously the Asian Pacific markets, but also in particular Middle Eastern, Central Asian, and also the African markets. We do see that there is a strong growth perspective looking into the years to come. And I think that Dubai, as a hub for those markets, certainly sits at the very right spot. So for all the entrepreneurs, for all companies that are looking to expand into growing markets where there is potential to reach new heights, reach new clients, new customers, I think this is really an interesting number that you see here, that there is a high potential for growth in the future. Well, how does Dubai play into this whole situation? I think Dubai is a fantastic hub for businesses. Everyone that is familiar with Dubai sees that it is really at a center point of a very interesting region. You are able to reach over half of the population within an 8 hours flight radar. So you get access to very interesting, growing, inspiring markets. There is a fantastic infrastructure in place in the entire city that really allows you to benefit from that, to make network, to expand your network, grow your network, and get access to trading and commercial relationships here in the city itself, and in the UAE as a whole. Obviously, there is not only Dubai, but very much also other financial hubs and cultural hubs such as Abu Dhabi, of course. So really, Dubai, as it is claimed, we're bridging east and west here, and this is clearly a huge advantage for the location as such. If we look at the current situation in the UAE and how the UAE actually supports enterprises, entrepreneurs, there's obviously a wide range of that. It is a very supportive business environment. You can set up your company here in a very fast-paced, very forward-looking, easy process. It's a thriving economy, as we already discussed, and it has a very interesting tax situation. I think most of you are probably familiar with the tax situation here in the UAE, but nevertheless, allow me to quickly give a broad overview about the tax situation. So there is 0% corporate tax on qualified income. As most of you are certainly aware, there's a 5% VAT, so value added tax. And since 2023, so fairly new, there's actually a 9% corporate tax on expected profits that are higher than 375,000 dirham. So IFZA has done a lot of briefings, a lot of webinars, a lot of information about the corporate tax rate, as this was quite a significant change, of course. And I think that most of the entrepreneurs here are now aware of how the situation is going to look like. In fact, we just received news today that there is even an additional tax change coming into 2025 for larger corporations. I think it goes up to 15%, but we're just evaluating the situation as it evolves. But as you can see, overall, there are some taxes in the country that are needed. But clearly, Dubai and the UAE as such is a location with one of the lowest tax rates in the entire world. So it's a very interesting tax situation here. We talked about the location already a little bit, and I'm looking forward to hear more from the Lufthansa perspective and the hub that we see here. And of course, safety and security is another aspect that is absolutely relevant. This is a very safe place to do business. It's a very safe place to live. And so it really attracts companies, entrepreneurs, enterprises from all around the world, which makes it even more interesting as a hub. Looking a little bit into the Emirati-German relationship, I think it is very interesting to see that this relationship between those two countries have been very stable and thriving for decades already. Germany is one of the most relevant and most important trading partners for the UAE, certainly in Europe. And that counts for both the economical partnerships and relationships as well as the actual political relationship. So we're really setting on a very strong relationship between those countries, which helps everyone coming from Germany or doing business here or doing business in Germany, obviously to relay on this excellent relationship here. There's a huge variety of global corporate German companies that are based here in the UAE, and there's a lot of UAE companies that are also based in Germany itself. And we have a thriving German community here in the UAE with over 25,000 German citizens who call the UAE their home. Not only on the business sector, of course, but we do see German schools, we see German doctors, German restaurants, and so on and so forth. So for every German-speaking person who is considering moving to Dubai, I think you're going to feel at home here very soon, and you'll find the right community to set up your new life here, both in the corporate world as well as in the private world as well. So how does IFZA play into that narrative, and how can we actually position ourselves? I would like to kick off by first explaining a little more about what IFZA is actually doing here. For those of you who are not familiar yet with us, we are a free zone community here in the Emirate of Dubai. We are about 15 minutes outside of downtown Dubai, about 20 minutes from the Dubai airport, so very centrally located. And our goal is to help entrepreneurs from all around the world to have a very smooth and a very positive and efficient setup process for their companies here in Dubai. We are very proud to be nowadays the fastest growing free zone community in the entire country. So there's obviously a variety of different free zones all across the country, and IFZA is one of them. But I think our success is built on a variety of different factors, which I'm happily going into now a little more and explain to you a bit what makes IFZA special and what we do maybe different than other free zone organizations here in the country. I think one of the aspects that is relevant and is critical is that we are a private free zone. So our chairman is from Denmark, but has lived here in the UAE for a very long time. And our management is European. So we have a very European way of approaching the business. We have due to the fact that we are privately owned, we have a very commercially driven approach. And that also comes to our solutions that we provide to our clients. We understand that every single client that we have is different, with different approaches, different size, different industry backgrounds, and different wishes and hopes. And so we are really trying to make sure that we create tailor-made solutions for each and every single request that we are getting. And we want to have the best possible service that we provide to our clients. So every client that is setting up the entity with us will have an own key account manager that is guiding the company from A to Z through the entire setup and incorporation process, and is making sure that we explain this to you in the best way forward. We really are a one-stop solution provider. So if you want to decide to set up the company with us, you can talk to us and us only. You don't necessarily need to talk to lawyers or consultancy companies, but you can do this together with us. And I think one other important aspect is that we have a vast German-speaking team, so that we do, for those of you who speak German and prefer to do the setup process in German, we have a variety of German-speaking colleagues who happily help you out also in your mother tongue language. For us, the relationship that we have with our licensees goes beyond the actual incorporation process. So we want to make sure that our clients are feeling at home here as well, not only at the beginning of their journey, but also while they are here. So we do offer a wide range of different market support that is making sure that you get access to networks here, you get access to events. We provide you with different market support requests, and we make sure that you really get the access to the markets also when you're here and not only when you're incorporating. And lastly, and that is very Germany specific, we are the very proud member of the BVMW, the German Mittelstand Association, representing the BVMW here in the UAE. The BVMW has over 30,000 members all across Germany. And so whatever requests you're having, in case you are a member of the BVMW, we're very happy to help you out and provide you with information about Dubai and the UAE. Now, for those of you who are licensees or considered to set up a company here, the core service that is needed to start with is obviously the business license, right? This is the legal document that you need in order to set up your company here. But IFZA is aware that the license itself is not enough, but you need a huge support system of different products and different services in order to successfully start your business. So IFZA created an ecosystem of different services that are really helping you out to make sure that you have this one-stop solution at hand, as I mentioned before. So we support you when it comes to, of course, the license, but also when it comes to getting your visas for your general managers and your employees and your shareholders, making sure you get all the support you need when it comes to setting up a bank account, helping you out with office solutions and office fit-out solutions, providing you now with necessary steps such as VAT registration, corporate tax registration, and also doing all sorts of bookkeeping solutions for you. We provide you with healthcare solutions. We help you out with finding the right schools for your kids when you move here. So we really want to make sure that this ecosystem that we created is helping you out so that you can have a smooth and efficient transition here into the country. This is what you see here on the screen is a current situation. But I can tell you that our ecosystem is constantly growing with constantly new services that we put in place. So whatever is actual today can very much change in the future because we constantly come up with new ideas and new services of how we can serve you best. So we also want to make sure that our support is not only given here in Dubai or in the UAE itself, but we actually established a wide range of different offices, IFZA offices and representative offices all across the world. And you see the most relevance here on your map on a global scale. For the European clients of yours, I think the most relevant points are certainly that we opened offices in Germany, in Switzerland, as well as in Spain. We have an office in Austria planned for the near future, but we also have offices in South America, in North America, as well as in China now. And our employees there are there to support you, to help you out, and to make sure that you feel comfortable in setting up the process also afar. And I think there's more to come. Again, this is a situation that we are facing right now in December 2024, but we have a lot of plans to grow and expand our presence globally. What's also very important to highlight is that those are own IFZA entities that we're talking, but we have a vast partner network all across the world that are supporting the IFZA cause and making sure that they are also selling us, promoting us, and explaining our products and our services to their clients and their network. So again, facing a little closer to the German-speaking markets, I think I mentioned a couple of those points already, but just to reiterate again, we do have offices now in Bad Homburg, close to Frankfurt. We do have an office in Zurich now. We do have an office in Palma de Mallorca in Spain. You might say, why does he mention Mallorca and talking about the German-speaking markets? I think all of you that are German are probably understanding why. Obviously, Mallorca is a very well-known island where a lot of German peoples are living. So we're very happy to have an entity there as well. We are very proud members of the BWMW. As I mentioned before as well, we're a member of the Bundeswirtschaftssenat, another important association, but we also collaborate with a lot of different other associations, for example, also here in the market. So we are a member of the AHK, we are a member of the Swiss Business Council, we are a member of the Swiss Arab Business Network. So we do have access to a variety of relevant business and industry networks all across the spectrum, be it in the markets itself, as well as here in the UAE. So you're going to feel very much at home in case you need any support for any of the setup process that you need and any of the market development and market research that you need as well. This is the team. Just a brief word here. We are consisting of a team of 8 people, the German-speaking team. Some of the colleagues are based here in the UAE. Some of the colleagues are based in Germany, and all of them are very happy to assist you and support you, as I mentioned before, through the entire process. So please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, if you have any desire to set up the process here, if you want to get a detailed analysis and detailed perspective on that. All of us are here to assist you and support you. And with that, I'm actually coming to the end of my presentation. As you can see here, those are the contact details. In case you're looking forward to have a conversation with us, please feel free to do so. Please feel free to reach out to us. We will be delighted to have talks with you and chat with you about your ideas, your business, and your inspiration, your aspirations for your business here in the UAE and in Dubai. And with that, I'm actually very much looking forward to hand over to Luis and to hear more about the activities of Lufthansa here in the market. So, Luis, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Diego. It's a pleasure also from my side. A very warm welcome to all of you who are attending the webinar. Maybe a couple of words about myself. My name is Luis. I'm now 2.5 years in Dubai. And I have to say, while I was hearing everything what you were saying about Dubai, I was really saying, yes, it's true, it's true, it's true. I agree a lot to what you were describing and sharing to all the viewers about Dubai. It's a great place and really a place that it's filled with opportunities. I'm Spanish. Yeah. So again, I had to agree when you were saying about Palma de Mallorca. Yeah, Palma de Mallorca is actually Baleares, but it's full of Germans, and it's a very great. It's a great place, but really, I understand why you decided to have an office there. Yeah. So, I've been more than 25 years with Lufthansa Group across different countries and continents. I've been working in Europe, in America, and now here in the Middle East. And yeah, it's a real pleasure to be with you and to share with you a little bit about Lufthansa Group and our activities and also our relations between the UAE and Germany. So let me start maybe with sharing with you a little bit who is Lufthansa Group, yeah? Because we tend to think that Lufthansa is only the German airline, but it's actually much more, yeah? We have a group of airlines, yeah? Yes, the German airline, that's the one that maybe it's more known, it's more representative, but yes, it's the Lufthansa airline, but we have much more. We have Swiss airlines based in Switzerland. We have Austrian airlines based in Austria. We have Brussels Airlines based in Belgium. We have Eurowings, which now has different locations across Europe. And also we have Edelweiss, a second brand based in Switzerland. Yeah. And we own all those airlines. Yeah. It's a group of airlines, and that's actually Lufthansa Group thinking about airlines. When you go beyond that, you have other business units which are really, really strong. Yeah. We have leading company also in the transport of logistics, Lufthansa Cargo. And also we have a company called Lufthansa Technik, which is taking care about planes of not only our company, also other carriers. If you look, Lufthansa Group has today 721 planes. That's the different brands that I mentioned. Lufthansa Technik is doing the maintenance and repair of 4,600 planes worldwide. So you see that it's much, much, much bigger than our own company. We have around 97,000 employees. We transported 123 million passengers. Yeah, so if you think about now a country like the UAE with 11 million people, yeah, multiply by 11, and that is we transport the country 11 times. That's what we had in our planes last year. We serve more than 300 destinations worldwide, and something that it's been also interesting in a development, we have now a lot of also intermodal connections. That means connecting the plane with train or bus. Yeah, that's a trend that clearly is happening. It's growing, and we will see it more and more in the future. You were talking a lot about the relation between the UAE and Germany, yeah? And maybe before I describe what is our connectivity between those two countries today, I think there is a couple of things that I, again, reinforce and ensure with what you were describing, Diego. We see also in our figures, in our data, how the amount of corporate travel, for example, between those two countries has increased significantly in the last years and in the last year. We see also like individuals, yeah, individual travel from the UAE has increased, and the interest to fly and to visit Germany has increased also in the last years. When you look at the regions, yes, Bayern and Munich, that's the destination number one that we see as a country from the UAE, but also we see Frankfurt, also we see Berlin, also we see Cologne. So if I see the corporate travel and I see also the individual, yeah, leisure, and I have a third element that it's also, again, reinforcing the stronger relation is today, in 2024, the amount of visas that have been issued to visit Germany in 2024 are more than in 2019, pre-COVID. So today, the Consulate of Germany has issued already more visas than 4 or 5 years ago. That's again a clear signal that the relation and the interaction between both countries is really, really strong. So I think if I see those elements, is simply a logic consequence, what I'm sharing here, and it's actually Lufthansa Group with the highest and the biggest connectivity between both countries that we ever had. Yeah. Today, we're connecting Dubai with Frankfurt 7 times a day, 7 times a week. We're connecting Munich in Bayern 5 times a week during the seasonal of winter timetable. So that's between October and April. We have to Germany also a daily flight Dubai-Berlin. We have a Dubai-Stuttgart and a Dubai-Cologne. So it's 5 cities served out of Dubai, connecting Germany with the UAE. Never ever we had so many connections, and it's again a clear sign of that strong relation that both countries have. As part of the group I was mentioning, we also Swiss Airlines, and we have a daily flight from Dubai to Zurich, which is part of the group. When you book Lufthansa Group, you have certain benefits. For example, if you fly in business class, you have a limo service that will bring you to the airport, also will bring you back to the airport. That is for tickets, I have to say, tickets bought here in the UAE. We have also Wi-Fi on board, and also we have dedicated lounges. Yeah, at the airport in Dubai, we have a dedicated Lufthansa Group lounge, and also obviously at our hubs. That's also something that we have in all the cities. When we look at which planes and what's the product that we're offering in the 2 hubs, Zurich and Germany, Munich, Frankfurt. At one side, Swiss is flying with an Airbus 330, offering 3 compartments. We have first class, we have business class, and we have an economy class product. When we look at what are we offering to connect with Germany, we have the same plane when we see Frankfurt, but with a bit of a different configuration. We have a business class, we have premium economy, and we have economy. When we look at the plane that is serving Munich, it's an Airbus 350 with a same logic than the one serving Frankfurt. Yeah, business, premium economy, and economy. When we look at Eurowings, Eurowings is the value-based airline that we have within the group. It actually started operations only last year in 2023, but we were so happy. It was so successful, the connection and the results of the first flights that we had last year, actually only to Berlin and Stuttgart, that we decided to increase frequencies and destinations. Yeah. When we look at Eurowings, it's a narrow body. It's an Airbus 320, offering a very, very attractive product. We also have a business class that it's a little bit more the continental logic of a business class, with middle seat free, but also with lounge access and 2 pieces of baggage. Let me maybe jump to one of the most, I would say, attractive and more passionate projects that we have currently in the whole group, and is actually at Lufthansa and at Swiss. We are renovating actually all compartments. When we look at Lufthansa Group, Lufthansa is introducing a new cabin concept. It's called Allegris, and it's actually the renovation of all 4 cabins: first, business, premium economy, and economy, across the long haul fleet. And I think just to elaborate a little bit about the business class, one thing that we are doing, and it's transforming completely also the way that customers are experiencing the way that they fly, is we are offering to the customer a choice of 5 different seats. Diego, you are quite tall. Yeah, you're almost 2 meters. Yeah. So we have within that new compartment different types of seats, but we have the option of seats that the flat bed is a 2 meters 20 bed. Today the standard is 2 meters, and actually with that new product we are introducing for people like you a bit that you have a bit more comfort, and that you have the option of being even more let's say that you can sleep better with a bit of a better and longer bed in your plane. Yeah. Also, within that different that we have in terms of one type of business class seat, the front row is actually a private suite. So in every business class compartment, we will have the first row with the seats that we will have there will be private seats. Yeah, individually, or even the central one can be done as two people or as a joint one. Yeah, so very, very nice product. This is now being rolled out. We have already in several planes serving, especially the US, Canada, India, and some Asia destinations. I'm really keen on having it also, hopefully soon, also in the Dubai destination. On the other side, Swiss is also updating and renovating all their fleet. And the concept is called Swiss Senses. And it's actually because with Swiss, what we're trying is really that you are engaging with the Swiss and the Swissness, but from all senses. Yeah. And that is from the smell to the noise that you hear, to the taste that you have. Everything should remind you and bring you to the new Swiss. And it's a fantastic concept. It's really, really special. And I have to say, I love it. I love it. It's still not live. It will be in 2025, but I think it's really, really special. And it's something that we're also, again, updating Lufthansa and Swiss, which are a great change in what the customer experience will be in the future. Let me go to corporates. Today, we're also talking with a lot of corporates. One of the options that we have is we offer to the SME segment, yeah, to small and medium enterprises, our corporate loyalty program, which is called Partner Plus Benefit. What you have is the possibility of, it's a free registration. You don't have to compromise on anything. And actually, your same ticket that you buy as an individual, yeah, and you add your miles for your individual account. If you register for the corporate loyalty program, that same ticket will count also to the corporate account. So if a company has, I'm saying, 10 employees, and the 10 employees are flying, they all will contribute to their individual accounts, but also to that corporate account. And all those miles can be then redeemed for free flights, for excess baggage, for lounge vouchers, for upgrades. So really 9 benefits that are really, really nice, really attractive. And it's not only with Lufthansa, but it's also 11 airlines that you can count to add miles that are part of this program. It's a very attractive, very successful program. And if you're interested in this program, here you have the name of Manik Sakchedwa, and he will then help you and guide you in registering into the program. Let me maybe share one of the most important topics that we have in the aviation today, and as such at Lufthansa Group, and it's sustainability. Yeah, aviation has clear goals in 2030 and in 2050. 2030, reducing by 50% our CO2 emissions, and to be neutral CO2 by 2050. In our case, we have 5 elements, 5 initiatives that contribute to that. We are modernizing our fleet. Yeah, we're substituting all the planes by newer planes, 787s, 350s, 777s. The main change will be the substitution of 4 engines for 2 engines. With that, you will reduce a lot the consumption, and by that also the emission of CO2. We also will substitute and we'll gradually increase the usage of an alternative to fossil fuel. It's called sustainable aviation fuel, which comes from cooking oil, from garbage, but from renewable energy. And obviously with the usage of that aviation fuel, the reduction of emissions is extremely drastic. Another thing is we're also improving our flight operations from ground handling. So everything that happens in the airport is now being done by electric cars. And with that also, you are improving the overall efficiency of the processes. And one of the most important things, we're also giving the option to our customers individually or our corporates to opt for buying products and invest in sustainability. And I will come up now to that in 1 minute. The other element that we also contributing, and I expressed that also in the first slide, we're doing more and more solutions based on intermodality. Yeah, so connecting a plane with a train or a bus. So what is our solutions? What are we offering with corporates that any of you also could go and opt for it? So if you have your objectives, yeah, if you have a sustainability goal, what we offer is that you're able to purchase sustainable aviation fuel from us. So I was explaining a little bit what's that sustainable aviation fuel, but we give the option to corporates that fly with us to also invest in that sustainable aviation fuel. And that will help you to get Scope 3 certificates that will count to your sustainable goals. So something that we see on a global scale, a lot of corporates already doing it. Very nice, very, I would say, on an increasing amount of corporates doing it. And also even in our region, we have also a good number of corporates which have already done that step. Then one thing which is really, really recent, it's something called Green Fares. Green Fares is actually a fare that we offer to all our customers. It was a fare that we had already for the last year in the continental flights, so within Europe. And since last week, we have extended that to the global international network. So also from Dubai, also from the GCC, from any side, from any destination origin where we're flying, you have the option of buying that fare. And what is that fare? It's a fare that it's a bit higher than the regular fare, in the range of maybe 240 to 360 dirhams. The big change is that with that fare, you are including the full offsetting of your flight-related CO2 emissions by investing in sustainable aviation fuel apart and contributing to also climate projects. So if you are a company that are believing in sustainability, that you also have your objectives, I think that fits perfectly to what you can have and what you can change also in consuming that type of green fares with us. Let me just describe also briefly what type of relation we have also with IFZA. Yeah, I think the fact that we're today sitting together is a clear demonstration of joint partnership, a joint understanding about the relations and the strong interaction that the UAE has with Germany and with DACH. Therefore, also we have established a corporate contract between both companies, and we have also currently a special promotion for employees or members of IFZA that they are entitled to. I think today, again, I'm really, really happy that we have the chance of being together and presenting ourselves jointly and together. And yeah, I am confident and I'm very, very happy to see all of you in the near future on our flights. Diego, thank you very much.
Luis, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I give right over to you, Daniel, again.
Great. Thank you very much, Luis. Thank you very
Thank
much, Diego. So we've had a few questions. Thank you very much for your participation and for sending those in. I'd like to start with a question for you, Luis, about you mentioned that the Germany route was one of you have the most ports, most access into the country. Why do you think that is? Why is that relationship? Why is that travel so important, so significant in terms of quantity?
I think at one side I see clearly the development between both countries in the last years has accelerated. Yeah, I think we see those interactions from a corporate perspective, but also from a leisure perspective. Yeah, the interest for Germany is there, is clearly growing. And I think, as I was mentioning, when we looked at our own development already with Lufthansa, but also with Swiss, and how our local our local contribution to the flight was growing, it has been significantly developing. We also had the decision on saying, okay, how can we maybe move forward, increase our interaction, our presence, in order to connect those two countries? And then, yeah, I think we had an evaluation about what could be an option, and the opportunity of Eurowings was like saying, okay, I have the planes, I have the willingness, and I'm actually then connecting new cities that were not before connected. Yeah, and I think that was really a very nice opportunity to make our presence even stronger, and that's what we see. And that happened last year. Success story, increasing this year frequencies and destinations. So very, very happy, and I think IFZA contributes, AHK contributes, and individuals and leisure passengers are also contributing to that.
And no, you don't. I know that there's probably things you can't tell us, but how big do you see that market getting? You talk about 6 ports. Is it possible that there'll be 7, 8, 9, 10? Is it? I mean, is the growth kind of exponential, or do you think you've reached a?
When you I mean, there are two elements. Yeah, one, for example, if you ask me, before I would maybe fly to 10 destinations, I would consolidate now Munich. Munich, we have a seasonal flight, so that's 6 months. So I would like to consolidate Munich on a year round. Why? Because also we are doing two things. Yeah, if you look at our operation into Munich or Frankfurt, you're connecting not only to Germany, but also to the rest of the world. Yeah, we have those 300 destinations that we serve worldwide. At the same time, with Eurowings, what we're connecting is really point to point. So the traffic that it's originated in Dubai and goes to Berlin ends up there, because we don't have a hub in Berlin. So we are really connecting those two cities. So I think you need a right balance between your hub feeding. So how many flights and how much capacity do you have into the hub? Because that will also feed Germany, yes, but also the world, while also increasing the amount of destinations. So to your questions, I would like to actually grow in both, yeah, but taking into account also the hub logic that we have as Lufthansa Group.
Great, thank you.
I mean, maybe I can add to that point, if you don't mind, Luis. We do see a significant growth in German companies who are setting up their entities here in Dubai. Obviously, a lot of us with IFZA, which we're very happy about, but also with other free zones and mainland entities. But there is clearly a very high demand, and we have incorporated more than 1,000 German companies here with IFZA alone. And all those people, they bring, they move here, they bring traffic, they have family members and friends who are visiting, their business partners who are flying in and out. So I think I'm proud to say that I think our business and our industry is contributing to some of your traffic for sure. And I can say that I have a lot of conversations with German entrepreneurs here in Dubai, of course, and I think especially the Berlin route was so applauded by everybody, because there was no direct connection between those two very important cities. And now that there is a connection with Eurowings, is obviously fantastic, and was so well received by the German community here in Dubai. And in the broader sense, when you talk about the hub function, obviously we do see growth not only coming from German-speaking markets, but from literally around the world. And so I agree that really the attractiveness of Dubai, and also the willingness for people who are here to travel outside and to for whatever purposes they have, be it on the leisure side or on the corporate side, is absolutely growing, and we see that every day in our numbers and in our books as well.
Maybe I think you mentioned one figure that I think is also very clearly showing. It's 25,000 Germans. 25,000 Germans living today in Dubai. I think that figure has also grown in the last years very, very strongly. And I think that's again a base of German-speaking persons. But also, we all know that the plans of Dubai is to today we're a population of 3.5 million. I think their plans is to reach a 6 million city, and that will then be with all nationalities, but definitely Germans are, I think, really understanding that it's a great place and they are moving here. Absolutely.
Thanks, Lewis. Talking about Dubai, do you see, or are you aware of any misperceptions about Dubai from Germans or Europeans more broadly? Are there any elements about living in Dubai or being in Dubai that you think people have kind of somewhat misunderstood that you can perhaps address? Diego?
I'm wondering if this person who asked that question is already based in Dubai or is considering moving here. But in all seriousness, I think there's a lot of misconceptions, unfortunately, still. And parts of it is certainly also the way the city is portraying itself to the outside world. I moved here, as I said, at the beginning of last year, and I myself was a bit unsure as to what to expect here in Dubai. I think the most common misperception here is that everything is bling bling and fancy hotels and fancy cars driving left and right all day long. There's a certain truth to that. I mean, Dubai likes to show that there's a significant wealth in the city, of course, but the reality of the city that this is, I think, is what I've also learned over my time here is that this is a community of very hardworking, very entrepreneurial, spiritual people who are really looking to make sure that they use the advantages that the city has to offer here. And I have lived, like Luis and also you, Daniel, I've lived in a variety of different countries all across the world. I think I've never been in a more diverse environment of different cultures and different nationalities and different backgrounds who all come here and celebrate these opportunities that this city has to offer and work together jointly on that goal and on the ideas and the path forward for whatever enterprise, whatever company they're working for. So it's a very inspirational place if you want to get access to a thriving labor market of intelligent, smart, and a dynamic workforce. And that's really something that I would love to see more being represented about Dubai. I think that's a story that is not too often shared, but it's really something that I learned while I moved here, and I love that. I appreciate that about the location. I absolutely do. I also like to have a good dinner in a good restaurant, and certainly you'll find that as well. But the reality is that the city has much more to offer than is what at times portrayed in the news. I don't know how you see it.
Yeah, totally agree with you. And yes, there is. If I see my private environment, yeah, there is. If I would ask, okay, what do you think about Dubai? There are still some stereotypes that some have, yeah. But I always give one example, and it's I'm convinced, yeah, that there is not a lot of cities, if there is another city, that in the same location, you feel, you have the amount of people, interesting people, diverse people, different people that generates opportunities as Dubai. You have the whole world, but you have also in other cities a lot of diversity and a lot of international. But here I think the way, the attitude, the willingness to also build, to construct, to develop is different to a lot of other places in the world. And I think that's really, really unique because you don't have only a few. You have really a lot of people that are here at the same time in the same location and building up this unique space and unique city. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely a kind of can-do attitude in Dubai.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you, Diego, you talked about German hospitals, German schools. Lewis, you've talked about 25,000 Germans living in this city. What do you think would surprise people about living in Dubai from a community and German perspective? We've talked about the misconceptions, but the kind of the more simple aspects of life that they may be surprised about, and what would be appealing to people moving into Dubai.
Maybe, yeah, I mean, I'm Spanish, my mom is German, so maybe I can counter that.
Yeah.
But I just describe our own experience. Yeah, when you maybe you came one time and you did holidays here, yeah, and then you live more that maybe bling bling, more the hotel, but then when you move here, you actually discover that Dubai has a variety of offers, yeah. And I think that is the surprise element, that it's not only what we believe that Dubai is. No, there is a lot more. And then it's your choice, is your option on discovering all that other elements. And I'm talking about maybe having lunch in a nice hotel. We all like it, but also there are other areas in the city, maybe a bit more not so fancy, but where the food is fantastic. Yeah, but you need to just do that effort, that willingness on discovering them. And Dubai offers a lot beyond what you think it's just on a simple first view.
I think I can answer this question with two different points. One is about my private life, and one is about the business side of it. I'm going to start with the private life. Yeah, so I'm Swiss, so I need some mountains from time to time, and Dubai is much more than just a city. The UAE is an absolutely beautiful country that is so diverse in so many levels. I can give you an example. I was just on Sunday 2 days ago. I went on a 4 hours hike on Sunday morning in a beautiful mountain range, and this is 1 hour outside of Dubai. So at times I still find that hard to believe how quickly you are in absolutely stunning nature, right outside of this, as you mentioned, soon to be 4 million mega city. And that is something that I think very few people are aware of, and they only discover that once they're actually coming here, that the country has more to offer than just the city life, but it also has a fantastic range of outdoor activities, especially now, obviously in the winter season. It's a bit too hot to hike in the summer, but in the winter it's a beautiful activity that actually a lot of people who move here discover only once they get here, right? And that's really an additional point that I think is relevant for young people, families, that there is also great nature and outdoor activities. The other part, which is more business or corporate related, is I think a lot of people are surprised, positively surprised, as how efficient and quick a lot of these processes are here. So just to give you an idea about a timeline, we haven't mentioned that in the presentation, but we can set up a company here within a week. You will get your visa approved within a couple of days. 99% of all interactions you have with the UAE government is solely and purely digital. And I think as Europeans, as we are here, coming from different backgrounds, but I think I can say, maybe let's take my own country here. That is a fundamental difference to how you interact with authorities in Switzerland, for example. And I know for a fact also certainly in Germany and in other countries where a lot of it is still offline. It's rather cumbersome, rather difficult. Here, the processes, it doesn't matter if you need a license for your business, or if you want to get a driving license, or if you want to renew your lease for your apartment. Everything is digital. Everything is done within a super quick and efficient time. Obviously, everything is in English here as well. So that is something that is helping, I think, all of our businesses and all of our causes a lot. But it keeps surprising people because it's just so different than at home.
Absolutely. I mean, you named now driving license. I just renewed my driving license. It took 5 minutes in an app or in a machine. Yeah, it's a 5 minutes process to renew your driving license, which is absolutely amazing if you come from Europe, and it's a really different process there. Yeah. Nice example.
Great, thank you, gentlemen. we're running out of time. I just wanted to see if you had any closing remarks, any parting shots that you think might be useful to our audience today.
Shall I go first? First of all, I just want to thank again Lufthansa Group for having the opportunity to do this webinar together today. Thank you, Luis, so much. I think I would like to highlight that the relationship between Lufthansa Group and IFZA goes much more beyond this webinar today here. You have become a great friend and a great partner of IFZA. We collaborate on so many different levels already with each other. You mentioned a couple of them before in your presentations. We will create further benefits for IFZA licensees when it comes to flying with Lufthansa Group, and we're very thankful for that support, and we hope to continue doing that. So, Luis, thank you personally, and yeah, of course, as always, thank you also very much to the audience for listening and for being here with us today.
Yeah, from my side, well, also thank you very much, Diego, for the opportunity of being today here and doing the webinar. I think it's one more step within our relation, with our partnership. We value it very, very much. I think what you're doing as IFZA is really stimulating the country, but also stimulating companies like ours that connect to both countries. So therefore, I'm really happy that we have that partnership and that we can continue with it. Yeah, to all the viewers and all the people thinking about flying between both countries, please, I hope that you had today a very nice video from Lufthansa Group. So that's your choice for your next trip. But in any case, yeah, enjoy the UAE when you're here, enjoy Dubai also, and think about coming over. It's a great place with a lot of opportunities. Thank you very much, Danny.
Thank you very much, Luis. Thank you very much, Diego. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. We hope you found it interesting, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much.